you worked a lot in order to get some good internships. Can you tell us a bit more how you started and how you improved in your research, and what are the best tips to stand out in an internship selection process, or even in a working selection process?
Yeah, of course. So, like I said, I go to the University of Florida, which is definitely an awesome school. It's very well ranked, but by no means is it Harvard or Penn or even Michigan when it comes to public schools. So, that does present some challenges when applying for, a investment banking internship with Goldman Sachs. You're not coming from a target school. So it's really important that you're able to kind of differentiate yourself and really stand out when maybe your school isn't the absolute best. But as far as myself getting my internships, after my sophomore year, that is when I got my internship with the hedge fund. That was just a local firm here in Naples, Florida. That was when the COVID pandemic was at its peak. Everyone was sent home from school. So I spent a lot of time there once I was home, just applying, cold emailing a lot of different firms in town. Honestly, what I would do, and what I recommend a lot of people do, is just look up whatever your city is and just private equity, or whatever your city is, hedge funds. And that's kind of how I got in contact with a lot of different people within those industries in my town. And through there, they kind of, maybe they had an internship program, maybe they didn't, but they knew someone who did. And through that, they were just kind of able to point me in the right direction. And through those sources, that's actually how I ended up getting the internship that I had. And the portfolio manager actually went to Wharton. So definitely a very smart guy, and I learned so much from him, and I can talk about that more later. But my internship I had this last summer was definitely a more structured internship as far as the application process goes. You had to go through the hire review, virtual interview, and then of course the Zoom interviews. So that was really important. That taught me a lot about being able to differentiate myself, not only on my resume, but also, when communicating with someone. So kind of the biggest tips for that, and what I preached a lot in my YouTube videos, is having a lot of extracurricular activities. So at the end of the day, your school matters, but what you do outside of school and your networking matters more. So for me at UF, I really try to be involved. I'm in student government. I'm in a lot of student organizations. And through that, that's given me a lot of experiences that can kind of translate into, a job in finance. And then also, like I said, a lot of the time, networking is the biggest thing. Whatever school you go to, however small you think it is, chances are you still have someone who went to your school at some point working for the company you want to work for. So definitely make sure to network with that person. It's pretty easy to connect with them on LinkedIn, send a quick chat asking them to have a 5-minute phone call, and just through that, it's really helpful. So those are just some quick tips for people who maybe don't come from Harvard or Penn, but still kind of want to get one of those top internships. It's really important to focus on your extracurriculars, and then also do a lot of networking.